Cognitive behavior therapy, or CBT, is one of the most effective ways to manage anxiety, especially panic. It helps you to identify the links between your thoughts, your feelings, your action, what you're avoiding, why you're avoiding, and it also helps you to restructure your thinking. But is CBT any good when you're having an actual panic attack? I'm Dr. Colinda Linder, clinical psychologist and CBT therapist, and today I'm going to show you 2 ways in which you can apply CBT for actual panic attack. So let's begin with number 1, cognitive restructuring. So what this is about is where you learn to identify and to challenge your panic-related thoughts. So reality testing, fact-checking them. So let's take the one that is pretty much the most common. I'm going to faint. So think about what fainting is for a moment. Fainting is when you have a sudden drop in blood pressure. But in a panic attack, you have a sudden spike. So you are further away than ever before from fainting. And this is incredibly helpful to remember. So you can never faint from a panic attack. So that's number 1. Let's take another one. I'm going to die. Now you will feel like you're dying. That's true. But you won't die. Why? Because panic, survival instinct, and fight or flight are actually 3 names for one instinct or reflex, your survival instinct. So it's been triggered accidentally. That's what a panic attack actually is. But if your survival instinct could impair you or kill you, that would be quite a design error, wouldn't it? So absolutely, you cannot faint and you cannot die from panic. That's very important. Third one, each panic attack has a 2 to 4 minute life. It's really a relationship between a spurt of adrenaline and then a thought saying this is dangerous, which sets up the next one. So one of the thoughts says, I'm going to panic for hours. I've done that before. No, not necessarily. You've got a village of panic attacks, shall we say. The cycle between adrenaline, thought. So you've got a whole lot of them lined up. And you'll see later how some of the techniques actually can break that cycle. So no, you are not going to be stuck in panic forever. You just have to learn how to break that cycle between the thought and the physical sensation. And that is very doable. Another one. What if I go crazy and lose my mind and do something embarrassing? And then you need to look at the evidence. How many panic attacks have I had? Maybe a few by now. And how many times have I lost my mind, not being able to speak, done something stupid, done something inappropriate? Usually the answer is none. Yes, but this time. Well, why this time? No, just because. But why? So you need to become like a toddler. Why? And fact check, reality test. What are the actual facts? Not just because I'm saying so, but what are the actual facts? And over time, this gets your brain used to fact checking and to react differently to those sensations. And you can actually print out some of these. You can put them on your dashboard in the car. You can put them up in places where you need them. Give them to people who are close to you. If you want, you can go to thoughtsfirst.com and you can download a free document at my CBT website, how to deal with panic, and you'll see all of this information in there. So this is the cognitive restructuring side of things. But sometimes the prefrontal cortex, the thinking part, goes offline. And now what? And this is the other part of CBT, the B, the behavioural. And this is where you need to get simple and sensory. So what are we going to do? Number 1, ground yourself in your body. Now you might be thinking, well, the body is where I'm feeling these awful sensations. But stay with me. How you would do it is you would press your feet into the ground. Press your body into the seat that you're on. Press your palms together. Press against a wall or something solid. And tell yourself, my body's not breaking, it's just reacting. I'm safe. So this is how you would reset yourself. by using your body in a different way. Another thing you can do is exhale focused breathing. Basically, if you want to deactivate the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, and activate the parasympathetic, which is your calming, rest, digest, all you need to do is have a slower exhale than inhale, and preferably over your lower lip. So let me demonstrate. So let's breathe together. So breathe in for 4 seconds through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Slowly out for 6. Now let's do it again. And this time, exhale over the lower lip. So we'll look like turtles, like this. Okay, breathe in for 4. 1, out for 6. So 10 seconds of this, and that should start to reset you. A minute or so, and you'll feel a huge difference. So just remember that you want to use your breath to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. You can do this even if you're in the middle of a panic attack. Just remember, slow exhale, and you'll be okay. The next one, we're going to use our senses. So pick one thing you can see. So I'm looking outside and I can see pink blossoms on a camellia tree. One thing you can hear, I can hear birds. And one thing you can feel this piece of jewelry, or I could just rub my fingertips together. Okay, so you just do one of each. And that 10 seconds, it will really calm you down quite quickly. And finally, if you really want to break that loop between the thinking and the physical, you would need a mental distraction. So you're thinking something else. Now, this isn't avoidance, and avoidance is a problem long term, but in the short term, absolutely distraction works. So let's do this together. Can you imagine a word like, say, catastrophize in your head? And I'll spell it backwards in your head. In fact, let's do it together out loud. So catastrophize. E, S, see, distracting you already. Or you can count backwards. So choose a big number, let's say 500. And now we can count backwards in 7s, 8s, or 9s. So let's say take 7. 500 minus 7. Well, that's not too bad, 493. Minus another 7. 480 something. You see, so this is where you mentally distract yourself. And while you were doing this, you were pulling your brain from the amygdala and the limbic system, the primitive brain, into the thinking part and giving yourself a relatively simple mental exercise, but one that you could remember. So these are all techniques that will help you to turn the tide. So even if they don't stop the panic immediately in its tracks, it will help you while you give the panic that 2 to 4 minutes for the adrenaline to work itself out. And you start to give your brain a new experience that panic does not equal danger. Starting small, you're starting to build trust with your body again. So the goal is not to never feel panic at this stage. It's about knowing how do you ride the wave until it passes.